What's up, folks? We are going to have our wrestling rant today. We're going to talk about Raw this past Monday, NXT, Dynamite, SmackDown, and of course, SummerSlam. We're going to get into it all. Let's start off with Raw. Oh no, it was a show. I mean, it was. I was zoning in and out. I can't even lie about that. The whole little Wyatt Six stuff. Yeah, I'm not. Again, I'm over the spookiness. Liv Morgan having her promo where she burns stuff. Okay, fine, whatever. Nah, the little love thing and the spooky stuff. That's not my cup of tea, honestly. The matches they had there were the matches. I mean, I can't wait to see. I couldn't wait to see what Priest and Gunther did at that time because man, they went at it. They was like, man, they was going at it leading up before their match this past yesterday. So I was anticipating that. But yeah, the matches on Raw, all in all, were matches. Yeah, you know, it was a mid Raw. Nothing exciting, nothing extraordinary, but at the same time, watchable. It was watchable. Then we go on to NXT. I watched NXT, and I must say it was an awful lot of the women's wrestling on NXT, which is fine, no problem with that. I was just like, oh, okay. I didn't know if it was like a women's feature night or something like that. I don't watch NXT too often. Because as soon as they start cutting their promos, I tune out because I'm like, all right, this is rough. So I tune out. But it was a lot of ladies wrestling. I saw Jada Parker. I didn't know she was a D1 soccer player, which is kind of dope. I like that they're getting athletes from different genres, you know, to try their chops at being wrestlers, which I think is pretty dope. It puts a different aspect on it, and you know, they can use their athletic ability in that area. So I think that's pretty cool. Then there's a bunch of other ladies fought in their matches. I mean, matches were the matches. I mean, nothing to write home about, nothing too crazy, nothing extraordinary either. So, you know, that's NXT. Then we get to Dynamite. Now on Dynamite, I will say this. Jericho. Oh, Chris Jericho. Talk about how he broke his hand chopping old leather chest the other week. I'm like, why are you still doing this? You don't need to your gimmick is you're calling yourself the learning tree. His little talk show, that's called the learning tree. I mean, is everyone the learning tree? He the learning tree, the segment the learning tree, his little stooges, they the learning tree too. I'm like, is everyone the learning tree? I don't understand this. I'm like, is this just an easy way to say everything, or what are we doing here? But I'm over that. And then one match, I mean, even the AEW match, they didn't stand out to me. I was zoning out on those two. I'm like, my God, I was just zoning out. But one match just stood out. I can't. I'm not gonna butcher this Japanese wrestler's name, but he looks like. I really don't like talking about people. I really don't. But he's shaped like a thumb, and he can't bend his back. I'm like, what is this? And he no sells everything, and I can't stand that. I'm like, oh, what are we doing here? This is strong Japanese strong style. Whatever, man. It's nonsense. And it looks dumb, and it makes everything look super fake, especially when they do those little goofy forearms. But oh my God, that's one thing I can say about every single AEW show. It's like out of the 30 matches they have, 25 of them are going to do that same forearm spot. I'm like, oh my goodness, do something else. Please do something else. God. And Toni Storm had her promo that she did Britt Baker. Okay, that's fine, whatever. And that they're fighting at Wembley, good, they should. Side note, Breaker got suspended, which is crazy. I'm like, what is going on back there, man? It's this little childish drama here. Where Russell getting suspended for talking about other people and stuff. I'm like, this is crazy. But so that was pretty much Dynamite for me. I mean, no nothing too extraordinarily stood out. So yeah, then SmackDown again, show. I mean, Jay Carl and Bianca, they went for their the tag team titles again, which I knew they wouldn't win. It's like, it's not your time to have them back yet. I knew they weren't gonna win, but I didn't know it was gonna be those type of shenanigans that happen. But it is what it is. And the other matches they had on SmackDown, it was pretty. Again, it was a pretty mid show, although it was live. It was watchable. It was watchable. Now, I was surprised that they did put the tag team titles on Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. I was surprised by that. I was really surprised by that, which I thought was pretty dope. I'm like, oh man, they really building up this new bloodline here. I like it. I'm with it. Now we get to SummerSlam. It seemed like everything was building up to SummerSlam. Even AEW was mid. It was like, yeah, SummerSlam coming. We're not gonna do nothing too crazy. If they tried, I guess, I don't know. But SummerSlam, I can say this was one of the best SummerSlam shows that was put on in a while. I mean, from matches to production to the look to the camera. I mean, it was spot on everything. I mean, first match, we got got Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Now, I know my brother and I, we talked about this when Rhea got hurt. My brother and I said, this like, yeah, when she come back, she's going to race straight for Liv, and of course, Dom's going to turn on her. We said that literally when she got hurt. And boy, did that happen. It was a solid match. I had super low expectations for this match. I really did, and it was way better than I thought. And Dom turning on Rhea, and man, he's going to get booed out of the building. That is a way to get some heel heat for he's going to have nuclear heel heat for that. That's wild, man. It's gonna be crazy. So that was that match. Then we got next up for the was it the United States title? Was it Logan Paul and LA Knight? Solid match. That was fun, man. The Logan Paul is very, very impressive to watch. I mean, the way he just floated. He floated out of the ring. Man, he floated when he did that backflip. It was a thing of beauty. One of the prettiest things I've seen. I'm glad LA Knight did win, though, because he needed a win. He needed a title. I mean, especially, how popular he is with the crowd. Next match we had was... Well, I'm probably doing these matches in out of order, but I'm just going about in order that I remember them. Next match that I remember was... what was that? Shoot. No, it was Sami Zayn and Gunther. Man. Not Gunther, oh my gosh. It was Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker. Whew. Man, that was a good match, and I'm glad that Braun won, as he should have won. I think that the Intercontinental title's gonna be good to establish him. And man, they did great, man. Sammy is he doesn't look like a wrestler. He doesn't look like a wrestler, but he can tell a great story when he's in the ring. So that's what gets him over with the people. But man, that was a good match to watch. I enjoyed watching that. It was a lot of fun to see those two guys compete and to see Braun get the win. It was good, and I like the way that he won too. I really like the way that Braun Breaker won the title. Next, we got Nia Jax and Bayley. This is another match, not even gonna lie, I had super low expectations for. I'm talking bottom of the barrel low expectations for. And they impressed me tremendously, especially Nia Jax. I mean, man, she's been this entire run since she's been back. She's been impressive. I mean, I haven't seen her. No one's come out and said like she's hurt or anything like that. But you can see her improvement, and you can see like, man, it was a solid match, and I give her that. I give Nia that. You can tell she's been putting in the work, and Bayley was bumping around all over the place. The fact that she kicked out an Annihilator, though, that she's the first one I've seen kick out of it, which is crazy. She kicked out of an Annihilator. Then Nia had to powerbomb her twice, Annihilator twice, and win. And a little Tiffy come out there like she was going to tease the Money in the Bank. That was pretty good, too. Yeah, so Nia is the women's champion, which I must say, though, this run has been good. It's been this run she's in lately has been pretty good. All right, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre with Seth as the special referee. Man, the match was a slow paced match. I kind of figured it would be. You know, everyone they both wanted, you know, to get as much of their stuff in and let them know how much animosity they had towards each other. I mean, the match. I mean, I liked the match and all, but I felt like it was a slower paced match, which is fine for what they were trying to do. And I see, a whole lot more matches between those three because, I mean, Seth has a reason because CM Punk gave him a go to sleep. Drew has a reason to still be mad at CM Punk. Punk has a reason to be mad at Drew. I mean, this feud right here can go ahead and between these three, this one can cook all the way to WrestleMania where they had a triple threat match. Like, seriously, they can cook this until WrestleMania because they can have their singles matches. They can have, you know, different stipulations. Then they had a triple threat match at a big event. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to see how they can proceed with that. Now we got Gunther and Damian Priest. Man, it was hitting hard, that match. I mean, Priest had blooded up Gunther's chest. Now, what made me like, oh, Gunther built different was when he wiped the blood off his chest and he started like rubbing it in, like, yeah, this is what I like. I'm like, oh man. I mean, them just chopping back and forth. I mean, all those sequences of moves. It was a great match, and I had a good time watching it. And man, them hits like they hurt. And I knew we knew fans was gonna turn on Priest. It was just a matter of time. I mean, it ain't but so many times you can grab another man's face and he'll do something to you. I mean, now granted, it should have happened the first time he grabbed his face. I'm like, man, who do you think you are? There ain't no way in the world. But he knew it was gonna happen, and I'm glad Gunther is the new champ. The main event. Cody Rhodes and Solo. We all knew Solo wasn't winning. Come on, he ain't ready to carry the ship like that. No, it's not him. Now, I'm gonna say Cody and Solo's match. It was a match. It was again, one extraordinary, one boring like that. It was a mid-paced match. Now, of course, the Bloodline came out. Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and, you know, they did their stuff on Cody. Then Randy came out, Kevin Owens, and they pushed him back. Oh, man. Then Jacob Fatu came out, beat up Cody, did a splash through the table. Now, looking at it, I truly hope Jacob ain't hurt for real like that, you know, because he grabbed his leg, and I'm like, oh, no, like, he can't be hurt for real. I'm like, he just got there. He just won a title like the day before. What's happening? So I hope it's in kayfabe, and I hope they're keeping it up. That, you know, the reason why he was hurt. But, man, I hope it's not serious. So anyway, like I said, I hope it ain't serious with Jacob Fatu. But after that, Cody gets him with a super cutter from the top. And then it happens. Doom, doom, doom. The tribal chief, the only tribal chief, the original tribal chief, the one tribal chief came back. Superman punched Solo, speared him. I mean, just the pop when his music hit, it was amazing. And for it to be that loud, and they were outside. Yeah, that lets you know that how much that place roared when Roman came back. And when he hit the spear, when he get the ooh ah, it was, man, I can imagine how loud it was there. So it was Roman coming back, man. It was amazing, man. This, like I said, this is one of the best SummerSlams I've seen in a long time. So that's the week in wrestling, capped off with SummerSlam. A Collision came on before SummerSlam. They didn't want to compete, so they did their program from 5 to 7. I didn't see any of it because I took a nap. I took a nap so I can watch all of SummerSlam and not be tired doing that program, and I'm glad I did. But yeah, it was a great time, and I tell you, man, it's a wonderful time to be a wrestling fan. There's a lot of stuff cooking, man. So let me know what you think. If you saw SummerSlam, give me your opinion about it. Let me know what matches you like, you didn't like, what finishes you like, what finishes you thought were weak, how the show can be improved. Just let me know. Peace.